The amount of hype around Pengu means one thing in my opinion. Abstract chain is going to blow up. However, let's go over what exactly is abstract chain and how you can avail yourself of this opportunity right now before you're too late. So let's quickly start here. Luca Netz, if you don't know who Luca Netz is, he is the founder of the current Pudgy Penguins brand in that he took over a failed project and made it very, very successful. They then launched Pengu, and they launched, in my opinion, very, very successfully. The Pengu price has gone down since launch. However, it's at a very decent FDV, fully diluted valuation, and I think it's going to do pretty well. And I think this attention is going to move into what they're building, which is Abstract. So Abstract is an EVM. It's a Ethereum Virtual Machine. It's a layer 2 solution essentially, and it's basically a way that they're going to onboard, ideally, hundreds of millions of people onto the blockchain within maybe even this next year. That's quite a lofty goal, of course, and maybe hundreds of millions within the next year is a little bit too ambitious. But in my opinion, this will receive the most amount of growth. A lot of action will come over here. So what is Abstract? Everything will be linked below, but as I just covered, it is an EVM. They're building this so that they can bring on a lot more people in a far easier way just by using like a Gmail address or something simple like that, and trying to make it more of a Web 2 solution like Facebook or Meta, Snapchat, whatever, as opposed to how it currently is, which is quite difficult. There's plenty of posts on this, but it's still very, very early, like super, super early. As an example, Loshmi here, this person's doing very, very well in terms of creating content for Abstract. And what he's talking about here is Ethereum, $30 fees, Abstract, 5 cents in fees. Their actual goal is to have 0 fees. So the actual blockchain, I'm unsure how that's going to generate revenue, but this is, properly early. It's more than just fees though. It's basically about trying to keep everything in that Ethereum shape so people can deploy code there pretty easily. But as I mentioned before, just having it done so simple that it's as easy as moving an app from iPhone to Android. It's just very, very simple. Now, we are very, very early to this, super early. And the reason I can tell you this is because we don't even know how much they've managed to fundraise. They're probably going to go and do another significant raise now with the success of Pengu. But nevertheless, this post here illustrates, this is from July 2023, that they did do some sort of investment. The other thing that indicates to me that we are very early to this is Misari has a wealth of information, and they have nothing on Abstract either. I'm sure they've got something probably on Pengu, or they've got Pudgy Penguins, but Abstract, the actual chain, they've got nothing. These are not Abstract related, which is why this is probably one of your first and only chances to get into something properly early. Also, we don't have any information on how much they managed to actually fundraise. Igloo, that's the parent company for like Pudgy Penguins and Abstract. And then there's a little bit of a raise here, or there's some notable people here, but it's undisclosed. It could have been millions of dollars or tens of millions. We don't really know. Let's start with claiming our Pengu. That way, we're doing something that links back to the Abstract network. So this website's claim.pudgypenguins.com. I know that this wallet is eligible, and I know that just because I've got this other website here, which I'll link below. This was created by Metasol. And if we paste in any address here, it will show us our allocation and if it's been unclaimed or not. As an example, Tolly.sol, Anatoly's address or .sol domain, this also has an allocation, it's just unclaimed. Now at this point, I'm going to be using my preferred wallet, which is Solflare. This is on Solana, and I'm also going to be using a MetaMask wallet. There'll be a lot of people here that want to use, and they're welcome to do so, Phantom. You're most welcome to do so. My thesis is as soon as Abstract goes live, or even in the testnet sense, we can already use MetaMask. We cannot use actually Phantom. So let's go ahead and let's link our Solana wallet, Solflare, and connect. And we'll approve this sign message. And this shows us our OG Sol user amount, 3,490. Now we come on down and then click continue to claim, connect Solana wallet, Solflare, connect, claim your Pengu. And at this point, this is very important. Make sure you do this. We need to go and give ourselves a name. So as an example, maybe it's going to be Big Red. We'll see if that actually exists. So we're going to have a username which will qualify us or add some sort of profile in the Abstract network, as far as I believe. Pengu/Big Red. Now, personally, okay, that's not available. Big Red Man. Cool. Preparing your claim. Now, you can use your actual name, Seb Monty, John Doe, whatever it is. However, just keep in mind, by doing that, you're linking your identity to a wallet, and I prefer to keep things, private. This here is just tutorial, doesn't really matter. Then we do need a little bit of Sol, and this is completely normal, and then we'll receive our Pengu. Proof. Now, I did another video all about Pengu. We see this cool animation. That's cool. The thesis I have with Pengu is the market cap will go much higher. That is not financial advice. I'm holding all my Pengu, and I'll be buying more if we see a dip down to like $2 or $1.9 billion. Now, the next thing we need to do is we need to come on down and we need to join Abstract to get something special. We can do it with an email, or we can go with another wallet. And this is where we're going to use our MetaMask. We connect and then we confirm. And sometimes this fails. There we are. There's a perfect example. Close and do it again. Confirm. Just do it until it goes through. Perfect. And then, of course, the next thing is follow Abstract Chain. I'm already following them. You can put on notifications. That might make it a little bit better. Close out of that, and we have joined Abstract in some form. So maybe that qualifies us for something. Either way, we've taken the first step. There's also some Abstract deforms. Now, it does clearly say here that this snapshot has already been taken. However, it might be worth just doing it. You can go ahead and you can sign in once again, MetaMask, connect, because it takes 5 minutes and maybe they change the snapshot date. I mean, it would be, in my opinion, a good idea to have more people actually do this. This is not going through. Let's do a refresh of the page. Try again, sign in, MetaMask. There we are, connect, confirm, accept. This is a referral code. I'll have a link below. You can use that. Next. And I've got 10 points. And then we can do more things. We can connect here if we want to. Generally, you wouldn't connect to Twitter. However, this doesn't have the ability to post, so I'm okay with that. This authentication failed, but maybe my intern has already linked it. Then you go and do the next points. This one, etc., etc., etc. But of course, you need to actually have a Twitter account. Your next thing is to go to abs.xyz and join Waitlist and put in your email address. seb@blahblah.link.com.xyz, whatever your domain name or email address is, gmail.com if you're a Gmail user. Unsure what this is going to do, but it's a good first step. And let's go over a little bit more stuff that's actually happening. So the Abstract Global Wallet Software Development Kit, SDK, that is live. So with this being live, maybe there's other apps out there very shortly that have integrated this, and then we'll be able to interact with it pretty quickly. So in other words, people are already building over on Abstract in a testnet kind of environment. And one of the most important things to keep in mind is the reason why Solana is so popular is actually because it has a very user-friendly UI and UX. Previously, until this craziness happened recently, you didn't have to up your gas or anything like that. You just sent a transaction. It looked really good in your wallet. All was really perfect. Now things are changing and people are trying to make it more and more simple. We've got login with socials, so an email, no need for a seed phrase, 0 transaction fees, mint NFTs and use protocols in just a few clicks. No need for a browser extension as well. This is the new meta. This is the thing that they're banking on in order to onboard millions. Now, everything here can be integrated to another blockchain as well. It's not as though it's going to be necessarily a competitive edge, but it's a new approach to doing it, and it makes a lot more sense for the average person. As someone that's done over 1,000 videos on crypto, I know that I get a lot of comments on people just wondering, why isn't it just simple? It's not simple. It's getting more and more simple, and that's how they are trying to onboard the masses. The next thing you can try to do is to start using the testnet. It's not currently working, and this wasn't working for me, but it could actually work for you, potentially. You need to grab your address from your wallet by copying that. You also need to sign up or log in with your Gmail account or whatever, put in there, do the captcha, and send it. That's one option. The other option, it will be linked below, of course, is to do it here, paste that in, receive, and it looks as though this has already been used by my researcher earlier today. So we'd have to try this tomorrow. Then what I'm doing is I'm adding abstract details into my MetaMask. So this is my MetaMask. It has all these different networks here, and this is a custom network. So this will be linked below. We'll connect our wallet, connect, and then we'll click add to MetaMask, and it should pop up with MetaMask. It isn't. Let's do it a refresh, add to MetaMask. Okay, so right now, for whatever reason, this is not working. And normally what we'd see is we'd see a whole lot of information like this. So maybe all of this has been pulled, so they just have nobody playing on the testnet at present. But ideally, when you come back I'll check on it in a week or a couple of days or what have you. Hopefully this is actually live. Then there is a bridge. Status is disconnected. Once again, you would try this out. You're not going to get, as far as we're aware, any kind of incentives or rewards. That's what they say, nevertheless. It's worth just using these things and just getting familiar with how it works. It is currently disconnected. I imagine it'll be connected again soon. So be aware that even if you go and do all these test nets and different activities, there may be no airdrop or anything like that. However, being early, traditionally, it's a good thing, right? You want to be early. It's good to learn how it is. You can give feedback. If you give feedback in Discord, maybe get a role, maybe that gets some abstract tokens, maybe get some Pengu. Who knows? Either way, if this blows up, it could go really, really well. And you may even get like a whitelist for a really hot project or something, but we'll cover that in a second. The other thing you can do is Galxe. So log in and follow abstract, do all this sort of stuff. Once again, you just accumulating points. I don't tend to do these sort of things, but they do work out well for some people. They also have a layer 3 quest. You can see there's 27,000 participants, 28, 85. Maybe you want to check these out. And in order to get like the Elite Chat or Giga Chat role in Discord, there was a form that could have been filled out if you own like an NFT or whatever. That's now passed. That's been closed. But you still may be able to get it just by posting, being active or whatever. I'm not entirely sure here. And once again, it might not be for what you want to do. It might be too much work. But if this has the amount of oomph that I think it does, then it's worth at least jumping in, reading a few things, chatting a little bit, not trying to farm anything, just be in the know, because I'm not going to be able to update you on every bit of news. Now let's cover some potentially hot projects that are coming along. So everything will be linked below, of course, but we've got this one here, Multiplier Fun, which looks like it's all about memes and microcaps like meme coins, myriad markets, prediction markets, that sort of thing, and more so probably NFT projects. NFTs, I don't think they're going to come back in the same way they did in the previous cycle, but I could be completely mistaken, especially given that this is a new opportunity. Everyone kind of starts at nothing, and then they can just go up from there. I'll link this below. We won't go over all of them, but just have a look at them. On-Chain Heroes, Moon Sheepverse, Kapu XYZ, the Plushies, and so on. If these have a decent amount of hype, it's well worth your time to actually try and get a whitelist and potentially mint it, because there are going to be hundreds of thousands and then very shortly millions of people wanting to actually gain access to abstract. And as long as abstract manages to work well, doesn't go down, there aren't any technical issues, or they can resolve those very quickly, then these things could properly blow up. Star Platinum has put out this one. Here's a list of current and upcoming releases. I think it'd be well worth your time to get a whitelist so you could potentially mint one of these, or maybe even all of them. And then there's also this one when it comes to gaming on abstract. In general, creating a game, this takes so much time that if I was going to mint something and it was profitable, I would probably just sell it, to be perfectly honest, after seeing how slow things take to be built in reality. But some may actually launch with an actual game that's out and it might be fun and you may want to play it. I'm really unsure here. All I'm saying is there is hype and do not fade it. Now, where my specialty actually is, of course, is in DeFi. So anything related to DeFi, this is where I'm going to put far more attention. One, they're far more likely to have a token as opposed to just like an NFT. And two, there could be some decent yield farming opportunities. So watch these as well and see what else can be ported across. You never know, even something as big as Aave could be ported across to abstract, and they will quite often have incentivized rewards as well. That's what they did previously in 2021 when they went to multiple blockchains. I imagine similar thing could happen now. So to sum up, I do think abstract has a huge amount of potential. If you've watched my channel before, you understand that I'm very, very bullish on Solana. I'm the general manager of validator.com. Thus far, we only have a Solana validator. Stake your soul with us. However, that doesn't mean there's other opportunities out there. You've got Sui doing very well, but abstract, I really think, can have that massive community. And if they make an easy onboarding experience to actually get into the ecosystem, then I think this would be properly a winner and potentially even maybe the biggest winner of this cycle. It's too early for me to tell when it comes to that, but I think Pengu is going to be absolutely massive. It's going to grow and grow and grow. I think Pudgy as a brand is very worthwhile. I'd personally love to grab some of those little toys for my son. They're only in America, but as they ship worldwide, that brand will grow and grow and grow. And I think Luca will deliver. Luca has said in podcasts that he has a real chip on his shoulder, like he wants to prove people wrong. Those that didn't invest in him, as an example, A16Z, I think they put $50 million into Moonbirds, which was a failed NFT project, and they wouldn't even write a $5 million check for 20% of Pudgy Penguins. Moonbirds, rubbish, completely rubbish. I don't think they're amounting to anything. Pudgy Penguins, this is like the darling of the bear market. It's doing really, really well. And he's not out there to make enemies. He's just there to grow and grow and say, hey, look, this is what myself, the team, and the community managed to do. So when you get someone that passionate like that, I would never bet against that. It's not a perfect comparison, but you don't bet against people like Steve Jobs or Elon Musk because they're so driven. Luca in his field is exceptionally driven. He's proven it thus far. He shows up and they deliver and they deliver and they deliver. They've delivered more than all of the NFT companies that I've seen out there, all of the NFT projects. And that's why I think Abstract is worth getting into.
Whoa. Hmm? Yeah.